Hey, what's up, guys? It's Will with Exposing the IWC, and today we're talking Money in the Bank predictions and previews and what we want to see on that show. We're talking about a little bit about WWE storytelling and what makes it good and what makes long-term storytelling good and what makes it not, depending on who's writing it, Tony Khan. But first, before we get into that, we're going to be talking about the IWC. It's been a while since I exposed the IWC, and I kind of want to do that again today based on the reaction from last night, based on the booking of Dakota Kai and how she lost her match, and how the internet is kind of freaking out. I want to use the story of Dakota Kai losing to kind of highlight the problem with the IWC and how they react to certain things based on their own personal bias. That should be fun. We're going to be exposing the IWC just like this damn channel is supposed to be doing, that I have not been doing for a while, but we're going to get to that. First of all, let me make sure you guys can hear me. Everything good? Can you guys hear me? Is the chat functioning correctly? Because for whatever reason, the reason why I'm delayed a little bit, because sometimes what happens over here can be kind of interesting with the stream. I don't know what's going on sometimes with OBS. It's been giving me problems over the last couple streams, but we're good now. What's up, Pedro? What's up, Richard? People are hating on Zoe because, yeah, we're going to talk all about Zoe Stark and all that crap. What's up, Pedro? Yeah, it's really bad. All right, so let's just get straight into it. We're going to get straight into talking about Dakota Kai and her losing the Money in the Bank qualifying match. Now, before we get into that, let me put this disclaimer on the screen real quick. Here. So what you see here on the screen is a thumbnail of a video. Okay, the video that I uploaded not too long ago where it says reward Dakota Kai. I'm somebody that wanted them to put the briefcase on Dakota Kai. I thought she deserved it. I thought it'd be cool for her to win that match and book her to have a singles run. Okay, so I say that because I want to be clear where this is coming from. This is coming from a supporter, okay? Someone who supports Dakota Kai. That's where this is coming from. I want her to succeed. I want the best for Dakota Kai, all right? Now, let's talk about Dakota Kai and why I'm annoyed with the IWC. Dakota Kai had a match yesterday. It was a triple threat match between her, Zoe Stark, and Ivy Nile. Now, this outcome was rather predictable to me. Okay, I'm not saying I'm a genius and I know what's going on here, okay? But I thought I knew what's going on here. I thought that, what's up, Billy? I thought that Dakota Kai was going to lose and that Zoe Stark was going to win. Why? Well, if you look at the Raw roster and how the qualifying matches were kind of breaking down, it seems to me like everybody was getting a representative to a certain extent. And what I mean by that is, Io Sky was in the match. She won. She's going to be the damage control representative. Zoe Stark, I thought, had an opportunity to be in there because her and Shayna Baszler had been kind of mixing it up on Raw in the tag division. So I figured they'd pick one of those and go with Shayna, and not go with Shayna because Shayna lost her match. So okay, Zoe's going to win because they want someone from that group to go in. And I thought that the last person? Dakota Kai, Zoe Stark, and who else is in the freaking Money in the Bank from? Oh my God, who else is in the freaking Am I blanking on the other Raw person? Oh, it's Lyra. Okay, Lyra Valkyria. She's the babyface. She's been mixing it up with the party girls. So okay, that little faction that not a real faction, but that little group. No, it was well, she's in the match. Ivy Nile's in the match, but the person who's in the match, who's going to be in the Money in the Bank match, was Lyra Valkyria. She's been mixing it up with the party girl. So okay, that's going to be the babyface representative. So you get babyface and Lyra, get Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler tag team. That gets someone in there, Zoe Stark, and then damage control. They'll get one person in there, and that would be Io. So I thought it made sense. So I was thinking for the entire time, weeks ago, before last Monday, I thought Zoe Stark would probably be in this damn match. Not to mention Zoe Stark. This is the one thing. We'll save it for later. I'll save that for later. I want to talk about Zoe Stark a little bit, but before I talk about that, I want to talk about the reaction to her. Before I talk about why she's in this match, we'll save that for a little bit. So I thought there was a good chance that Zoe Stark would be in the match. Cool. Last Monday, we saw a segment where before that segment, Kairi Sane lost her match. Okay, Io Sky is kind of upset with Kairi and Dakota Kai. She wants them to step up. She said if things don't change, I'm going to change things myself. So she's kind of taking some agency here and saying, all right, damage control has been failing. Some things got to change. We'll see where this goes. In my mind, that meant that Kairi Sane and Dakota Kai both have to fail in order to tell that story. So the storyline they're setting up where Io Sky is upset with both of them. So in my mind, okay, they both have to lose. Cool. Not to mention, last week, there was a segment where Damage Control attacked the Unholy Union. So, okay, Kairi and Dakota Kai are in the tag team division. I'm good with that. So, I think the result of the match was obvious from last week. I think it became pretty obvious that Damage Control were in the tag team division and Kairi Sane and Dakota Kai were going to lose. That was pretty clear. Now, I was rooting for her last night, like just kind of having fun with it. Let's go Dakota Kai. In my mind, like, she's not winning. I've been saying all week she's not winning. But last night I was like, let's go Dakota Kai. Let's do it. Let's win. Yada, yada, yada. So in my mind, it was what's going to happen. Clearly, it wasn't going to happen. Now, Dakota Kai was on her Twitch stream, and this is not any shade at Dakota Kai. Again, I'm a supporter here. I made the damn video, reward Dakota Kai, okay? A fan. I said she's a great wrestler. I'm a fan of this woman. She went on a stream and said, hey, I would really love to be in that match. She was just talking off the cuff with her fans on the stream. She didn't know it was going to get clipped. But that clip went viral on Twitter. And everybody out of nowhere started getting all, oh my God, Dakota Kai, she's getting screwed by WWE. She deserves a chance. When will give her a chance? All based off that one viral video. Because nobody really talking to that degree about Dakota Kai until that came out. Don't get me wrong, she has her fans. I being one of them. Again, look at the screen. Reward Dakota Kai. I was one of them. But it really took another step once that video went viral of her talking about wanting to have a match in a singles capacity at a PLE. Now, I think I have that. I mean, I can freaking play the damn thing if you guys want. This little video she put out here went viral. Here we go. Desktop audio. Boom. Play.
We riot, guys. I've never had like an opportunity as a singles competitor on a PLE, and I'm not talking about NXT. You know what I mean? CW sober. Thank you for the 3 months. I don't know. I'm getting like, you know that feeling where you're just like, give me an opportunity, please. Anything. I'm crying. I'm crying because I'm so emotional about this. No, it's my allergies. I'm not actually crying. But seriously, come on now. Freaking get behind me, bro. If I don't
And the internet did get behind her. They sure did. Now, Dakota Kai's a very smart person. She knows what she's doing here. Well, not there. She was just talking to her fans. Later on, it snowballed into something else once this picked up steam. Now she's leaning into it because she's a smart person. But last night on Raw, so leading up to this match, internet's going crazy about give Dakota Kai a chance, like justice for Dakota and all this other nonsense, right? That's what they're saying. Justice for Dakota. Dakota deserves a chance. What the hell, Triple H? Do you hate Dakota Kai? All based off that damn video. Now, in lead up to the match, in her entrance, Michael Cole brings up the fact that this video was out there, so they're aware of it, and the commentary is aware of it, and therefore Triple H is aware of it. So that should have been a one indicator in your head for the folks that freaking lost their damn minds. Triple H is aware of this whole damn thing with Dakota Kai wanting a opportunity. That's why commentary is talking about it. All right. So the match happens. Again, I knew she was going to lose, and she did. Didn't make any sense in my mind to put Dakota Kai in that match if that was not the original plan. Now there's some people who thought they should have pivoted, and because of her viral video, they should have pivoted and put her in the match. Folks like this individual right here. Here we go. Dakota was literally on stream last week crying out for a singles opportunity, and Triple H does her wrong once again for Zoe Stark, who gets no reaction. I'm talking about that Zoe Stark shot, who gets no reaction. Every week, I am tired. Okay, so first of all, I probably shouldn't have been playing that video because they'll probably strike the stream down, but my bad. First of all, Triple H pivoting because of a Twitch stream will be very, very stupid, especially if he has a plan in place for the Money in the Bank match and for Dakota Kai down the line. If Triple H were to adjust his plans because of a viral video from a stream, he would be a moron. Because you know what that would do? That'd make everybody go out there and all talk shit or express their complaints or express their concerns via Twitch, and then everybody will be online trying to get viral moments so creative could change. That's stupid. That's bad booking. That's reactionary booking. Something Tony Khan might do, okay? But Triple H has a plan in place for Dakota Kai and for the Money in the Bank match. So you don't pivot. That's number one. That's stupid. You don't pivot. We'll hold off on Zoe Stark for a second. But in my mind, now Dakota Kai is kind of leaned into it. She completely leaned into this whole narrative now. And she's playing the internet like a fiddle now. Because again, she's talked to Triple H about this, obviously, because it's in the damn commentary notes about her Twitch stream. She's now saying, whatever, dude, or honestly, whatever. And now she's leaning into this whole Dakota Kai deserves a chance. And the internet are behaving like sheep. And it's like, dance, puppets, dance. Okay, first of all, again, Triple H is aware. So everything that happens now is just you guys being manipulated online. She's just playing you guys now. She knows what she's doing. She's not actively actually on Twitch or internet or whatever, Twitter, X, complaining about her booking. She's not actually doing that now. Now it's a part of her whole scheme to get more support that you guys are just falling into. Triple H has a plan for Dakota Kai. Dakota Kai is going to be fine. Dakota Kai is a part of a group that I think this narrative that Triple H doesn't like Dakota Kai anymore. Like, what's going on, Triple H? Didn't you used to like Dakota Kai? He brought her back, debuted her at SummerSlam, put a tag team title on her immediately. Then it gave her a WrestleMania match against freaking Trish Stratus and Lita. Io Sky's been champion. Bayley's been champion. Guess who's next? Dakota Kai. It was always going to happen. Now, I thought it was going to happen this year, potentially. I thought they're going to put the belt on her this year, maybe. I thought they're going to do a Damage Control triple threat match, an OG Damage Control triple threat match between Dakota, Io, and Bayley at SummerSlam. He decided to go a different route. That's fine. Ultimately, they're going to get back to Dakota Kai, have her moment. That was always going to happen. All right? Triple H is a long game merchant. Okay? He plays the long game. This idea that Dakota Kai was never going to get her opportunity, I don't buy it. Okay? Now the talent can feel a certain way about it. She can feel like, hey, I want an opportunity now. Sure. But I believe there was always going to be a storyline for Dakota Kai in a singles capacity down the line anyway. Okay? Especially when you see what happened on the show. Even in this backstage segment, you see the way Io Sky's looking at Dakota Kai. She's looking at her cross-eyed, side-eyed, okay? This is all headed somewhere. This Damage Control storyline is in place for a reason. Io Sky is upset with both of them. They're both in the tag team division, Dakota Kai and Kairi. Oh, and another thing, all these fans who've been complaining about the tag team division, they want some type of direction for the tag team. Well, guess what? Triple H is trying. Damage Control is feuding with an Unholy Union. They're also feuding with the Party Girls, okay, the Life of the Party. So he's trying to mix it up with the tag team division. So we got 3 tag teams on the women's side on Raw who are actually trying to mix it up a bit. He's trying, okay? I would not want to be a booker, okay? It's tough. I can't imagine booking a tag team division, keep booking all these different divisions, all these different women and men, trying to keep them happy, trying to keep them involved while telling some kind of long-term storytelling and making it compelling and interesting and have actual payoff that's satisfying and for the audience. I don't know how I would want to have that responsibility, keeping all these people happy, but like what's happening with Bianca Belair, sometimes you got to sacrifice some people to tell a storyline and get to that person down the line. For example, Bianca Belair has been the top of the division for a while. Right now, he wants to tell a story with Bayley as the top of the SmackDown division. So he doesn't want Bianca and Bayley touching each other or interacting. So what does that mean? It means two things for Bianca: tag team division or a singles feud with someone like a Tiffany or Blair or someone else, right? He's decided to go with the tag team division route. Do I love it? No, but I'm not going to complain about. I'm not going to say he doesn't like Bianca Belair. That's the thing. It's one thing to not like it. You can express you don't like a direction. I don't like what they're doing with Bianca. I don't like it. I'm not going to go as far as say it's bad or he don't like Bianca or he's forgetting about Bianca. That's stupid. Bianca Belair is going to come back around to the top of the division again, and she'll be in a prominent storyline eventually. Okay, but for now, when he's telling these stories, some people got to take a back seat. Bianca taking a back seat for now from the singles division. She's been in the tag team division. It's boring. You can say it's boring. I think it's boring, but I'm not going to say he doesn't like that person or he's forgotten about her. That's stupid. He has to make decisions. It's tough decisions as well. It's really tough deciding who gets pushed, who gets kind of pushed to the side for a bit. But Dakota Kai is going to have her moment. All right, it's going to come. All right, look at the chat real quick. Right, doing a rant. And it wasn't even a rant. It was just like, she was just talking to her, like somebody made a comment saying, we're going to riot. And she kind of joked around when they said, oh, I want an opportunity, guys. Ha ha. It's like 30 seconds. Well, she wasn't like complaining or anything like that. She was having a moment. She wanted the opportunity. It wasn't something that was going to go viral. She didn't know it was going to go viral. It just happened. And people are running with it and making it a big deal. Okay. Now, on his face, that's not a problem, right? None of it's really that much of a problem, really. I don't really have a problem with, you love Dakota Kai, you want to have a push, fine. I don't really care about that. It's not hurting anyone. That is until we talk about Zoe Stark. Okay, so Zoe Stark was the winner of this match. Like clockwork, predictably, the IWC decided to take shots at this woman, say she's boring. Why does she have to be Dakota Kai? Why can't it be Dakota Kai? Why is it Zoe Stark? She sucks. She's bland. She's boring. It's funny how these IWC accounts, they talk about these wrestlers' mental health and being nice to the wrestlers and being supporters of the talent until their faves don't win something. Then it's okay to shit on someone. It's okay to make fun of their looks or talk about their talent or whatever. Then it's all right. Then once you don't get your way from a booking standpoint, you can shit on somebody. But let's treat the wrestlers good. Make up your mind, be consistent, or don't be full of shit. Okay, if you're gonna treat the wrestlers a certain way, be consistent with it. Don't shit on them when your fave doesn't get a push, because I don't really think it's warranted with Dakota Kai. I think her time is coming. Zoe Stark is great in the ring. She's very good. Just like Dakota Kai, she's good. Zoe Stark's talents are, if I'm being honest, better suited for a ladder match than Dakota Kai. How do I know this? Besides the obvious, her talent. Last year, Zoe Stark was in the Money in the Bank, and some of these same IWC accounts were saying that she was the MVP of the damn match. I know it's hard to remember that. Just refresh your memories, guys. Google, search your Twitter page, or search Twitter, put Zoe Stark, during the time of that match last year, and read the comments. People were giving her flowers for how well she performed in that match. That's why she's in the damn match, because she's a good performer. She's athletic. Her talents suit this type of match. Remember that damn spot she did with Zelina Vega? When Zelina Vega did the code red into the ladders? That was Zoe Stark. She was one of the MVPs of the damn match. She's good. She's a good person to have in these type of matches. She's clean, she's smooth, and she is athletic. So that's why she's in the damn match. So if you're putting together a ladder match, I understand why you put her over Dakota Kai. Now, he has a plan for Dakota Kai anyway, but just looking at two wrestlers in a vacuum, forget about storylines, forget about push, whatever. Just forget about that. Zoe Stark, Dakota Kai. I understand why someone would go with Zoe Stark over her, because of her traits. She killed it in the match last year. So let's pump the brakes and stop disrespecting Zoe Stark because your fave is not in the damn match. It's really silly. It's unfortunate. And it's sad. It really is. Like, Zoe Stark does not deserve all this heat. She's been getting a lot of crap lately. Some of it is all in fun, but stuff like this, why does it have to be her? Because she's damn good in the ring, and she is a good person to have in these type of matches. Like she proved last year. And she's going to prove it again. Because I think she's going to cook again in this match. So let's just pump the brakes with this discourse around Dakota Kai. She's going to have her moment. Obviously, it's going to happen. Even this tweet I put out earlier today, I believe, when talking about pushes and how people behave when it comes to their faves. Here you have, remember this? Triple H hates Bayley. Bayley becomes world champion. Triple H hates Liv Morgan. He doesn't believe in her. He doesn't give her a chance. Guess who's champion? The face of Monday Night Raw, Liv Morgan. Now they're talking about Dakota Kai. You keep embarrassing yourselves. You think you would learn your lesson. I think people just like bitching. I think people just like to bitch online. You know what's going to happen. You've seen the evidence. People are complaining a year about Bayley's booking. All for that to always lead to a storyline that made sense, that had payoff. Bayley was losing. Damage Control were getting fed up with her. They weren't liking her leadership. All that turned into an actual storyline where Bayley triumphed over Io Sky. Liv Morgan doesn't care about Liv Morgan. She always comes up short. I mean, it's so fucking obvious what's happening here. Liv Morgan keeps coming up short. She's runner-up at a Royal Rumble. She's runner-up at the Chamber. She's runner-up in the damn Battle Royal. It's happening for a fucking reason. It's called payoff. It's called storytelling. It's called we have a plan. Let's get to it later on down the line. Let's set the seeds. Let's plant the seeds and let it grow. And then we'll have the actual storyline you want to see. Both these women who you were complaining about are now champions. Wouldn't that make you have some cause to pause and say, wait a minute, maybe I should pump my brakes, stop bitching so much online, because obviously there's a plan here. You bitch about Bayley, you bitch about Liv Morgan, now you're bitching about Dakota Kai. Stop. These women are going to get their time. Well, Bayley and Liv Morgan are getting their time. Dakota Kai is going to get her time as well. Laura's time is coming down the line. Not now, but it's coming. Same with Tiffany Stratton. It's coming. All right? There's no need to complain about this stuff. It really isn't. It really is no need. All right? So I would hope that people would have the good sense to not complain about what's right. Like, read the tea leaves, read the room. These women are going to get their time to shine. Now, if you're like Dakota Kai, she's not the one you should complain about. Cause I think ultimately that Damage Control storyline, that OG triple threat match is going to come. She's the last person you should complain about. Like, if you're complaining about Dakota Kai, I wonder how you feel about freaking Tegan Nox. Now, if you're a diehard Tegan Nox fan, that's one thing, right? That's something to be worried about. But Dakota Kai, she's going to be fine. And again, I'm somebody that wanted her to win the damn Money in the Bank match, all right? So don't start with that, okay? I'm a supporter. Telling you to calm down. You be worried about Kiana James? No. Kiana James is a call-up who is... They're building up slowly. They're building her up slowly. Look at Sonya Deville. Sonya Deville's return. She's barely on TV. She's in the background. They're setting something up. They're doing some type of storyline with her and Shayna and Zoe Stark. She's been in the background trying to court Zoe Stark. That's going to come to fruition eventually. But they're laying the groundwork now. Hey guys, pay attention to this. Look, this is a storyline we're building here. Shayna Baszler doesn't want it. It happened last night. Zoe Stark was talking to Sonya Deville in the background. You didn't see it. If you weren't paying attention, it happened in the background. She's talking to Sonya Deville. And Shayna Baszler came up and said, no, come with me, Zoe Stark. Don't pay attention to her. So that storyline is going to pay off eventually. Maybe after Money in the Bank. All right, we're going to wait till Money in the Bank. And then we're going to tell storyline with Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark, and Sonya Deville. So that's coming down the pike. You have to wait and chill. That's all. They're just buying their time. They're just buying time. So I wasn't. So I ended up not being as mad as I was before. I was mad earlier today. Had I streamed a couple hours ago, I would have been more pissed. But now I'm kind of more chill. People need to calm down. Zoe Stark is in the match because of her talents and because she is suited for that type of match more so than Dakota Kai. Dakota Kai is not in the match because Dakota Kai has other plans. They have other plans with her, whether it be the tag team division right now, but ultimately, I believe there's a match next Friday, not next Friday, next Monday, where it'll be Damage Control against Lyra and the Party Girls. Life of the Party, I call them. They don't have an official tag team name, but I call them Life of the Party. I believe there's a good chance that Damage Control will lose, and we'll see what happens there. Because if Damage Control loses that match, I believe Io Sky is going to flip out. And if Io Sky flips out, that might be the end of Damage Control as we know it. And if that's the case, maybe that will lead Dakota Kai down a route that you may be more interested in from a storyline perspective. And it might also explain why Damage Control doesn't freaking travel with Io Sky to Japan. Because if you're not aware, Io Sky has a match against Utami Hayashishita in Japan on the 13th. So she have Money in the Bank on Saturday. She have a match here on Monday. I believe something's going to happen here. I believe there's going to be a big storyline point here with Damage Control. I believe if they lose here, everything could blow up, especially with Io Sky being mad coming off a loss. Because I think her foil is Lyra Valkyria. So they're going to be going up against each other in the match, causing each other issues, and ultimately they'll both fail because of their feud. This will lead into this match. If Io Sky and Damage Control lose, that could cause her to have a fit, and she may attack Dakota Kai, and then you may get your wish for Dakota Kai having a storyline that sends her in a singles route. Pay off, set up, chill, wait, let it play out. All right. She's not somebody you have to worry about. Not Dakota Kai. Maybe again, Tegan Nox, or you're worried about it. Natalya, maybe worried about it on main roster. BFAB, maybe worried about it, okay? Not Dakota Kai. You don't have to be worried about Dakota Kai. I think people forget all the lashing out that Io Sky does to her stablemates and making her a target for the 6. I didn't think about that. It's possible. That could be a route they could go. Right now they're focused on Chad Gable, but maybe Io Sky and the way she's behaving may be a route they go with the White 6. I'm getting worried about Tegan Nox. That's somebody you should be worried about. Tegan Nox, for sure. Zoe and Dakota was like 50-50 for me last night. I just didn't think it made sense based on Dakota Kai and Kairi's attacking the Unholy Union the week before. It didn't make sense for the storyline they're telling where Kairi and Dakota Kai were both kind of getting on her nerves. That's why I thought it makes more sense for them just go with Zoe Stark. By the way, spoiler alert, we'll talk about this later on, but no woman from Raw is winning Money in the Bank anyway. The Money in the Bank winner is coming from the SmackDown side, and we'll talk about that later on. I thought they might do Tegan Nox against Roxanne. That would have been a route I would have went, but they didn't do that. So lay off Zoe Stark. She's good in the ring. Give her a break and wait and be patient for Dakota Kai's push, which is going to come. All right, let's talk a little bit about Mercedes Moné's very polarizing wrestling personality on this app. I'm sorry, I just read a tweet just now that popped up here. A lot of Mercedes Moné discourse online these days. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about storytelling. All right. So Dave Meltzer pissed me off the other day talking about, see if I can find that tweet. Talking about the storyline between Mina Shirakawa, Tony Storm, and Maya May. Referencing the end of the storyline where all three of them got together at the end of the match, If you didn't know, there was a Forbidden Door match between Mina and Tony Storm. Tony Storm won. At the end, they all shook hands and they kissed each other in the ring, all three of them. And old Dave made a tweet saying that, hey, you guys are wrong. There was a storyline here, and you're foolish for feeling otherwise. Let me see exactly what that tweet was. I did. Here it is. Storm pinned Shirakawa. Excellent match. The match was not excellent, by the way. It was not excellent. It was okay. All three kissed when it was over. All you know, story people looking like fools right now. My response was, what is the idiot even talking about? They were beefing over Mariah. They decided they could get along and share her in the end. I didn't see anyone say there wasn't a story. The story was surface level and bland. Oh, and that match was far from excellent. So my question is, what exactly makes a good story? For me, it's satisfying setup and payoff, clear character motivations, characters having agency, stuff like that. Like, I'm not gonna, there's a lot of stuff to go into it, but basically, payoff, setup, character motivations, multi-layer storytelling, and I'll talk about that later. Multi-layers, different character development and character relationship development, things like that. That is compelling and interesting. Let me give you an example. Liv Morgan and her revenge tour. How did that happen? How did that start? Liv Morgan was working with Rhea Ripley in a tag team. Rhea Ripley turned on her. They went their separate ways. Liv Morgan had a tag team with Raquel Rodriguez, and she kept running into Rhea Ripley in different ways. Rhea Ripley cost them their tag titles because Rhea Ripley thought that she was getting her business. She went on a revenge, not a revenge tour at that time, but she went revenge on Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley attacked her and injured her arm. And that was the end of Liv Morgan for a while. Now, her actual injury happened when she attacked Liv Morgan and went over the damn banister or the barricade. She injured herself there, then rolled her off TV the next week when she attacked her and injured her arm. From that moment on, she was out for like 6 to 8 months. She came back saying, I want revenge on Liv Morgan. Okay, clear storytelling, right? Clear character motivation. I want revenge on this woman. Simple, all right? She then, after WrestleMania, because of kayfabe reasons, she waited till after WrestleMania. What happened? She attacked Rhea Ripley, and she injured her shoulder. Now, this was an accident. This was not supposed to happen, so they had to pivot. Kind of crazy how that works, right? She injured her shoulder, then she attacked Rhea Ripley backstage, and accidentally, in real life, injured her shoulder. Like, you can't even make that up. Like, I wonder what was going to happen storyline-wise, but it worked out in storyline because she actually got shoulder for a shoulder, an eye for an eye, a nose for a nose, a shoulder for a shoulder, right? She actually hit Rhea Ripley and took out her shoulder. So we have a character whose motivations are clear. She acted on her motivations. She had agency. It makes sense. Now let's talk about the whole multi-layered thing, right? She wants revenge. She's on the Liv Morgan revenge tour. So what did she do? She wants the damn title. She wants the title because Rhea Ripley had the title, right? Who had the title at the time? Becky Lynch. So Becky Lynch has been brought into the storyline. She takes out Becky Lynch. She's now retired. She retired her, right? That's one layer of the storyline that might come back later on. She then wants to take Dominic Mysterio from Rhea Ripley. So she then goes after Dom. Now, how is that multi-layered? Dom is in Judgment Day, and because of her actions and her aggressiveness to trying to pursue Dominic Mysterio, that's now causing conflict within the Judgment Day. So that's another layer of the storyline. Dominic Mysterio is having issues with Damian because of Liv Morgan. Goes even lower than that. Damian Priest is having issues with Finn Balor because of Liv Morgan's actions and the way she's behaving and how she's interacting with Judgment Day. Her actions are benefiting them, and now Finn Balor is getting close to Liv Morgan, and that's causing conflict between Damian Priest and Finn Balor. So it's different layers, okay? Dom and Damian, Finn and Damian, Judgment Day as a whole, all of it is being affected by this one woman. Her agency and her decision making based on the drive to give the drive to give Rhea Ripley her taste of her own medicine or revenge has caused different layers of storytelling. Okay, it's multi-layered, it's multifaceted. There's different dynamics going on. Characters are interacting, and character relationships are developing and changing. Liv Morgan relationship with Dominic Mysterio is changing, even though he's trying to resist it. Apparently, that relationship is changing. Her relationship with Finn Balor is developing. Finn Balor's relationship with Damon Priest is changing. Damon Priest's relationship with Dom is changing. Okay, so all these things are changing because of one woman's agency. One woman's actions and her drive is changing the storyline for all these other characters. That's a good story. It's compelling. It's interesting. It's dynamic. That's good. Okay, and then you have Rhea Ripley, who's at home. She's upset. Now, when she comes back, her relationship with Damon Priest might be affected. Her relationship with Dom Mysterio is going to be affected for sure. Her relationship with Finn Balor will be affected. And the whole entire Judgment Day dynamic will be shifted, all because of one woman's agency, Liv Morgan's drive for revenge. This is good storytelling, okay? What's up, David? You're late. Fightful just posted that Tiffany is betting odds favorite. We'll get to that in a second. All right, so now let's talk about. It isn't PG. You're right. It isn't PG. It's not. What Liv Morgan is doing is great, by the way. Some people call me a Liv Morgan hater for a while. I don't know why. I like Liv Morgan. Her fans can be annoying, but I like Liv Morgan. She has been killing it. Great work she's doing. It's funny. It's compelling. It's hilarious. It's fun. She's just killing it in this role. So I love what she's doing. Now let's talk about this threesome. That's what it is. A lesbian relationship. That's what this is, really, right? So first of all, Mina Shirakawa had a group called what's it called? Club Venus in Stardom. It was her, Mariah May, and another chick whose name I can't remember right now. All right, 3 women, and that's where her relationship with Mariah May has started. First problem: if you're not a fan of Stardom, you don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But what I said about Liv Morgan's storyline, all that takes place in WWE. All that takes place in one place. So if you've been following WWE, you know the Liv Morgan storyline. With this story that Dave is over here raving about, it all takes place in the beginning of it, the dynamic between Mina and Mariah May, that relationship started in Stardom. All right. So how could you know that if you're just an AW fan? That's one problem. Now, if you're a fan of both promotions, then fine, right? But not everyone is. That's a problem. Next, you have what's the story here? Mina comes from Stardom. She sees her old friend Mariah May and wants to hang out with her friend. And she finds out that her friend is hanging out with Toni Storm. And Toni Storm and Mariah May have a relationship. And yeah, that's it, I guess. Like, what? Mina's jealous that Mariah May is hanging out with Toni Storm, and that causes conflict. I'm being like, I'm not trying to be like, that's the it, right? I'm not missing anything, right? That's it. And then later, that conflict continues to develop because Mariah May wants to share them both. She loves them both, but they can't get along. So ultimately that leads to a Forbidden Door match where the title's on the line for some reason. I don't know why the title's on the line. The story had nothing to do with the title, so why is the title on the line? The only thing that title did, being on the line, the only thing it did was make it more obvious that Toni was going to win. Because you're not going to put the AW Championship on Mina Shirakawa, so you knew that Toni Storm was going to win the match. That's the only thing that did. So I don't know why you even put that in the stipulation. Why is that a part of the match? I don't know. Then you had, in the end, Mina and Mariah May were having a little bit of issues, I thought, because during the contract signing, Mina told Mariah May to shut up out of nowhere. She said, "Shut up, Mariah." Like, okay, this is where they're going. They're turning Mina heel. Okay, that's kind of interesting, I guess. Then the following week, she accidentally, or maybe it was on Collision, whatever. She hits Mariah May accidentally with the vase, or not vase, or champagne bottle. It was champagne bottle. Alexa Bliss used the vase on Bianca's head. This was a champagne bottle. So she hits Mariah May accidentally. It's like, oh, this is where this is going. Mina's going to go heel, and this is all going to end bad, and their relationship is going to be ruined. I'm talking about Mina and Mariah. And when Toni Storm wins, she'll turn heel on Mariah May, and that'll be at that. Or like they don't continue that way. But no, that didn't happen. So you have no payoff to the setup. What was the point of having Mariah May tell her this? Will get told, will get disrespected? What was the point of having Mina Shirakawa tell her to shut up? What was the point? What was the point of having Mina hit her over the head with a champagne bottle? What was the point? There was no point, and there was no purpose to the setup. So that's the difference, okay? One storyline is multi-layered and makes sense with clear character motivations. The other one has no damn story beyond, hey, stay away from my girl. And it wasn't multi-layered. There wasn't any changing dynamics, any interesting developments. It just kind of had a threesome situation or a love triangle situation that ended up with all three of them getting along. That's not compelling to me. So when Dave was here talking about how we all look like fools, nobody said that there was no story. The issue was the story was not compelling or interesting. It was bland and straightforward and one note. And thin. So that's the difference, okay? What the WWE is doing is long-term, compelling, multi-layered storytelling that goes a long period of time. We have different interconnecting people and characters and different developments coming in and out that have storyline significance down the line with different individuals, whether it be Dominic Mysterio, whether it be Damian Priest, for example, talking about the Liv Morgan storyline, whether it be Rhea Ripley when she returns, whether it be Becky Lynch when she comes back. All of this is being speared by one woman's revenge. One woman's desire for revenge is causing all of this. That is good storytelling. There's a difference, Dave. There's a big difference. Tony lets his wrestlers have some creative input, so I'm not surprised most of the stories are bad. Oh yeah, that's another thing that went viral the other day with Mercedes. Mercedes said she had creative control. So now folks think she's out there behaving like Hulk Hogan, booking herself to be champion. So let me shoot Mercedes Moné some bail. Let me shoot her some bail real quick. She's not booking herself to win the New Japan belt. They created the belt for her. They wanted her to have that belt from the very beginning. So she's not booking herself to be double champ. New Japan want her to have that belt from the very beginning. It's her belt, right? So that's one thing. Now, I can't speak to the Tony Khan part. I can't speak to her being champion for the TBS title. I can't speak to that. But New Japan, that's New Japan. But it's not the smartest idea to come out and say, I have creative control, or at least be clear in what you mean. Do you just mean you have input with your character direction and talk it out with Tony Khan? No, she didn't say that. She said she had creative control. That implies that you are calling the shots in some degree. And if that's the case, folks will look at you in a way where it may not be truthful if you don't make it clear. Make it clear what you mean by creative control. Are you calling your shots? Are you booking the talent? Did you choose who you face? I want to face Britt Baker. Therefore you face Britt Baker? Is that how it works? Like you're calling your opponents? I want to face this person. I want to face that person. Because that is a significant amount of control. Choosing your opponents, choosing the storylines. Is that what's happening? Would I be shocked? No, considering Tony Khan doesn't care about women's wrestling anyway. If you don't care about women's wrestling, you may let Mercedes Moné call her shot and how she wants things to play out. So, another thing. Recently, it was said that Camille, who got signed by AEW, apparently she has some. They've been putting like the bare minimum of work toward her character. They created some graphics We get the actual tweet. I thought it was pretty hilarious. They have some graphics for Camille going. Let's see here. What was the tweet exactly? Not any real character it is. There has been some progress on some possible Camille debut. When I say progress, I mean like some materials prepared, like graphics and the like. So they got some graphics prepared. Storylines, I don't know. Creative direction, I don't know. Presentation, I don't know. But some graphics are being made. I always say, be careful where you sign. Hope that if she was in NXT, she would have been featured by now. With her presence and her size, she would have a legitimate presentation on NXT brand right now. She would be in a feud. She would be given a spotlight by now, for sure. But she decided to go with AEW. I don't blame her. That's her decision. But when you do that, you have to deal with stuff like this. She was signed in February, and they just made some graphics in June. All right. It is what it is. I mean, I'm not surprised. I knew this was going to happen. Which is why Megan Bayne needs to stay the hell away from Tony Khan. All right, let's talk about money. Well, before I talk about Money in the Bank, what are your thoughts on anything I've said so far? Liv Morgan's current character is amazing. Yeah, it is. I agree. Tony Khan is weird. I agree. Tony Khan has less wrestlers have. Oh yeah, you talked about that already. His creative control. Liv isn't PG. She is not. Fightful has posted that Tiffany is betting odds favorite. Who's coming up with these betting odds? I want to know. Who's betting odds? Tony Khan's more delusional than The Rock. That's pretty bad. Who's betting odds? This is good talking about Money in the Bank. That'll kind of work itself in. That'll work itself into the conversation when we talk about Money in the Bank anyway. So let's talk about Money in the Bank. First match. So this card takes place in Canada. We have 5 matches like usual. I'm happy with that. I'm not complaining. 5 matches on the Money in the Bank card. Should be about 3 hours. First match we'll talk about will be the men's Money in the Bank. So the men's Money in the Bank have 6 people in it, of course. You got LA Knight, Drew, Carmelo Hayes, Chad Gable, the Yeet Master or the Yeet Merchant, and Andrade. So right out the gate, spoiler alert, the winner will come from Monday Night Raw. How do I know that? Well, like the King and Queen of the Ring, they want to split the winners. And by that I mean one winner comes from Raw, the other winner comes from SmackDown. So, if you look at the SmackDown roster, you got Carmelo Hayes, Andrade, and LA Knight. LA Knight is in a feud with Logan Paul, which will end at SummerSlam. Carmelo Hayes was just called up this year. I don't buy he's going to win Money in the Bank. And Andrade, I simply do not buy it as well. When you look at the ladies, look at their roster on Raw. Let's jump ahead to that now. On Raw, you see Lyra Valkyria. I don't buy she's going to win Money in the Bank. Why? Well, she just got a push for the Queen of the Ring, PLE. I don't buy they're going to give her a what I call a double push, where you have a push and then another immediate push again. I don't buy it. I think Lyra Valkyria will lose this match and not get that briefcase, considering she was just in the finals for the Queen of the Ring. That's number one. And she's feuding with Io Sky, somebody who just won the briefcase last year. So no briefcase for Io Sky this year because she won it last year, and no briefcase for Lyra because she won the we got to the finals of the Queen of the Ring, and because she's feuding with Io Sky, they're gonna cancel each other out. All right. And then Zoe Stark, she's not winning it either. So nobody from Raw is winning it from the women. Nobody. Which means somebody from Raw for the men is gonna win. All right. So the winner for the women is gonna come from SmackDown. The winner from the men, it will come from Raw. So I just helped you guys out. All right, let's just look at the men from SmackDown, from Raw, because the men from SmackDown are not going to win. Do you guys agree with that analysis? Do you agree? Am I wrong? Am I right? Do you think I'm crazy? The Raw winner will come from the men's division. The SmackDown winner will come from the women's division. Yeah? Agreed. All right, that makes too much sense. Same thing with the King and Queen of the Ring. So, that makes it pretty obvious. Well, not obvious, but less of a issue to narrow down the winner. So it's, if I'll keep that visual up. It is Drew McIntyre, Chad Gable, and the Yeet Man himself. Now, I'm going to pitch that Chad Gable could win, and for Drew McIntyre and Jey Uso. I'll make a pitch. Now, for Chad Gable, he is clearly feuding with Sami Zayn. He wants the Money in the Bank to cash in for the world title, he said. But he could also use it on Sami Zayn if he wanted to. He could be lying. He could win the Money in the Bank and cash in on Sami if he wanted to. Chad Gable right now is working against the Wyatt Six. But you saw last week, he had a talk with the Creeds and Ivy Nile. Chad Gable could win this match, folks. He could. Just because the Wyatt Six is giving him issues here, does not mean he cannot win Money in the Bank. He can win it, and he can cash in on Sami Zayn. He could. We'll talk about that later during the Sami Zayn Braun Breaker breakdown. But I think that is possible. It's a legitimate possibility that Chad Gable can win. I can see it. If he's going to go after the world title, he might hold on to it, win the briefcase. But if he's going to cash in on Sami Zayn, I can see him cashing in during the Braun Breaker Sami Zayn match. And we'll talk about that a little bit later on. So I have I have Chad Gable being a legitimate possibility. Let's move on to Jey Uso. Jey has a storyline with the bloodline sitting and waiting for him. Does it make sense to put the briefcase on him right now, considering the Judgment Day is on Raw and the bloodline is on SmackDown? The bloodline is on SmackDown, which makes things a little bit harder for him to get involved in that storyline, but you know it's coming. So do you bother putting the briefcase on him now? Because if Roman Reigns returns and Jimmy returns, folks are going to be dying for him to get over there. So does it make sense for him to have the briefcase? Maybe not. Probably not. So that's one thing. Do you want a babyface to have the briefcase? I think if Jey wins the briefcase, you're going to hold on to it forever. By ever, I mean a year, a while at least. And if that's the case, does it make sense for him to win it? Something to think about. But I honestly think that Chad Gable might be more likely than Jey now. Just based on the bloodline storyline and based on him being a babyface and the direction he probably goes with the bloodline storyline. No mid-card cash-ins. Here's the thing, Richard, about a mid-card cash-in. If the booker, by that I mean Triple H, has a plan for the world title, which does not involve a complicated storyline than with the briefcase, you don't want to worry about it. You don't want to have to deal with the Money in the Bank briefcase. If you have like a storyline set out for months and months and months that is not tied into Money in the Bank briefcase, but the Money in the Bank briefcase is a story device that you don't want to involve with the world title. Again, the briefcase, the world titles, any belt, they're all just storyline stuff. It's just a plot device. That's all it is. All it is a plot device. If you do not want that plot device to be involved with the world title at all, then I can see why you might want to keep it out of there. And if that's the case, a mid-card title is not that bad a route to go. I would not hate it if Chad Gable cashed in on the IC title. If the world title picture was set and the storyline made sense without it, don't bother. Don't let that mess with your storyline. You have a good, compelling, interesting storyline without the Money in the Bank briefcase. Do not let that throw a wrench in your plans. Don't say, oh, I have to figure out how you're going to wrap this in here. Don't do that. Because if you don't do that, if you do that, you know what's going to happen? You're going to fail to cash in. Do you want to see a failed cash in? If you do not have a plan to incorporate that into the storyline, keep it out of it. Because if they do it, it'll end in a failed cash in. I don't want to see a failed cash in, really. I don't like that too much. It makes sense to do that, but I don't love it. I'd rather you make a decision to have somebody cash in on a mid-card title than to have somebody fail a world title cash in, if that makes sense. So if you have a plan for the world title cash in, by all means, go for it. If you don't, and it's an inconvenience, let the world title stay by itself and have the cash in be on the mid-card title. That's what I would do. And last but not least, Gable cashes in on Gunther. I think he'll hold on to it for a while, but that could work. If you want to do Chad Gable and the Creeds going after Gunther at one point, that would make sense. Let Gunther be a long-standing champion, and then the Creeds and Chad Gable have a plan to cash in on Gunther. That could work. If that's a plan, if you're okay with Chad Gable, because Chad Gable had a little feud with Gunther for a while, if that come back around, that's also good storytelling there. Set up and follow through, set up and payoff. Chad Gable wanted to beat Gunther for the title. If you had Chad Gable win the briefcase and then he cashes in on Gunther down the line, that could be cool. Moment for Chad. That could work. So if that's a plan, then cool. If not, if the title is set in stone with Gunther, if you don't want the briefcase to be a nuisance, then I'm fine with the mid-card cash in. I am. But that could work too. And then finally, Drew McIntyre. He is a big fish in this match because of his storyline with CM Punk. If Drew were to win, he says he's going to cash in the very day, which means in my mind, I think regardless, the Money in the Bank match for the men has to happen first. It has to happen first. Because if the Seth Rollins Damian Priest match happens first, then you kind of know what's going to happen with the Money in the Bank match, because, or at least will come to Drew. Because Drew says he wants to win it and then cash in the very night. If you want that to be in play, or if you want us to believe that it's in play, this match has to happen first. Because we'll be wondering, if Chad Gable wins, is Chad going to cash in on Sammy? If Drew wins, is Drew going to cash in on Damian Priest? So this match has to happen first in order to keep the fans guessing and wondering if they're going to be a cash in, right? So I think this match will open up the card. I think we'll open up with this 6-man this 6-man ladder match. I think we'll open up the show with the 6-man ladder match for the men. That'll actually have people excited for the rest of the show. Is the cash in happening? That's just smart booking. If they don't start with the men's Money in the Bank match, they failed, okay? To open the show. So that's my real... Well, I didn't really dive into Drew McIntyre. So, if Drew wins, he plans on cashing in on a world title that same night. Does CM Punk show up to screw Drew McIntyre? What say you? Does Drew McIntyre show up to screw? Does CM Punk show up to screw Drew McIntyre? Anything's possible with CM Punk. Anything possible with that dude? CM Punk will screw him. CM Punk pushed Drew off the ladder. I would not be surprised. Will Logan Paul show up to screw. Here's the thing. A lot of these people have existing storylines. LA Knight has storyline with Logan Paul. Drew McIntyre has a storyline with CM Punk. Got the Wyatts and Chad Gable. Do you have an overbooked match where all three show up, or just one? Who's most likely? Between the Wyatt Six, between CM Punk, between Logan Paul, who's most likely to show up and cause a fuss? Cause a fiasco? Who's most likely? You don't see him overbooking the match with interferences? Seeing Logan Paul, Punk, and Howdy all showing up? Is that too messy? Is that too much overbooking? I don't know. I'm not saying it is. I'm not sure. There's a lot of moving parts. Wyatt Six, Logan Paul, CM Punk. If that happens, who wins? If CM Punk shows up, Drew's got to lose. Now, Drew says he wants to cash in later on that night. So does he win and then CM Punk show up then? How would you feel about a failed... They could do that. A failed Drew McIntyre cash in that night because of CM Punk. He uses the Money in the Bank briefcase and he fails. How'd you feel about that? Briefcase over. It's done. It will be a different approach considering last year it took forever. They're joked about how Damian Priest is taking too long. Damian Priest will never cash in, right? They're mocking Damian Priest for taking so long. What if this year they go a different route and say, we're going to get it out the way now? He wins Money in the Bank. He tries to cash in and CM Punk screws him and he loses his opportunity. So it's over. No cash in. No more briefcase for the men. It's a wrap. And then the women's could go a little longer. And maybe burn the men's at that event and use the women's at the long-term storytelling device. It's possible. I wouldn't hate it. Because at this point, I trust them as storytellers. I trust that they have a plan. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. So I'm okay with what they do here. But would you be upset? Logan is most likely. I agree. I think Logan is most likely to show up. That could be a good call, Richard. I think I predicted that as well. If Chad Gable wins, I can see the Creed getting involved now. Because that's, again, set up and payoff. Had a moment with the Creeds where he says, I need some help. We didn't see the Creeds at all last night. Maybe the Creeds show up at Money in the Bank and help Chad Gable win. So Logan Paul shows up to screw LA Knight. The Creeds show up to help Chad Gable. Here's a possibility with Chad. Maybe every time he tries to cash in, the Wyatt Six pop up. That could be the thing that delays him. Every time he tries to cash in on the Money in the Bank, the Wyatt Six spooky stuff shows up. That's kind of like the preventer. That's the kind of thing that prevents him from winning, because the Wyatt Six involvement. So you can use the Wyatt Six to prolong the cash in opportunities. So every time you try to cash in, something happens because the Wyatt Six. Now that could get kind of goofy. It's a gamble, but right now the Wyatt Six they keep showing up whenever he's out there. So it could be that he wins Money in the Bank, and every time he tries to cash in, they show up to disrupt him some way. But in order to do that, he has to win the Money in the Bank first. You put the Money in the Bank on Chad, and then you have the Wyatt Six shenanigans as time goes on. If Drew McIntyre wins it, he says he's going to try to cash in the same night. So then Drew McIntyre will get screwed by CM Punk. Jay, I'm not seeing the storyline there. I'm not seeing it because of the bloodline stuff, you know? It's more entertaining for the heels to have the Money in the Bank. So here's a question for you guys. I want you guys to rank it in this chat right now. Rank the likelihood from 1 to 3. Drew, Chad, and Jay. From 1 to 3, with 1 being the most likely, who has the best chance of the 3 to win Money in the Bank? Ranking it from 1 to 3. I'll be upset. Let Money in the Bank be used for a different storyline. Because of the Drew? Okay, you don't want it in the Drew story. Okay. Punk has Drew many times. Let's use that for nothing. Okay. I kind of understand that. You want Punk to. We've seen that a lot of times now. We've seen Punk screw Drew McIntyre in different ways. Do we really need to see it with the Money in the Bank briefcase? Is that a step too forward? Step too forward. Is that a step too far? Actually, that makes sense. A step too forward makes sense. Taking a step too forward, that makes sense. Is that a step too far? Chad, Jay, Drew. Drew, Jay, Chad. Drew, Chad, Jay. Matter of fact, let's do this. Do a quick poll. Most likely to win Money in the Bank. Who's most likely? Jay, Drew, or Chad? Drew. Wow, so you guys thinking that? Okay, keep. I'm gonna shut up. Drew, Chad, do me a favor, like the video. By the way, if you're watching stream, do me a favor, hit the like button real quick. 50-50. Oh, somebody thinks Jay. Okay. Chad, this thing's fluctuating like crazy. Drew would be a waste. That's the thing. Do you use the Money in the Bank briefcase to? So okay, I'm not saying who you guys want to win. I'm saying if you're Triple H, who do you think? Put yourself in the mind of Triple H. Who do you think Triple H would want to win, or who do you book to win? Not who do you want to win, based on Triple H's mind. Who do you think he's gonna? What do you think he's gonna do? Thinking about Triple H's booking style. At your own personal wants, but Triple H's booking. Okay, Chad 50-50. 50-30, 50-50 Chad, 33 Drew, 17 Jay. Okay. So Chad, I think I kind of agree. Here's the thing though. If Drew loses, does he lose without the CM Punk angle? Or does he lose because CM Punk shows up? Is it okay for Drew to lose without the CM Punk sabotaging him? Because I feel like every time Drew loses, it's because of CM Punk, right? Every time CM Punk is not involved, he wins. He won last night. CM Punk wasn't there. He lost the Classic Castle because CM Punk was there. He lost his title after WrestleMania because CM Punk was there. It seems like every time CM Punk shows up, he loses. But every time he's not there, he wins. So can he lose at Money in the Bank without the CM Punk angle? Would that be good for Drew's storyline to lose? Is the Creeds, hypothetically speaking, is the Creeds enough to warrant a Drew loss? Could the Creeds show up to screw Drew? And if the Creeds do show up to screw him, does that then change his focus to Chad Gable? I almost feel like CM Punk has to show up if he's going to lose. Because if he doesn't lose because of that, if he loses because of freaking Chad Gable and his posse, does that shift his focus to Chad Gable? I don't know. Punk will probably get involved. Drew loses because of Punk. I think so. Interesting. So the final thing is Jay and Drew got the same amount. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's good that I'm not so sure. I think Jay will be the least likely. Just based on the whole Bloodline storyline, it'd be kind of weird. Because then you have to walk around with the briefcase for a while. I'm gonna lean toward Chad. I'm gonna lean Chad So Logan Paul might show up. CM Punk might show up. Would that be overkill? Maybe. Will the Creed show up to help? That'd be cool. And Drew says he's going to cash in that very night. Yeah, it's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be really interesting. I'll go with Chad for now. I'll go with Chad. I have no conviction or confidence in that whatsoever, but I'll go with Chad for now. I'll go Chad. What if Drew wins and attempts to cash in during Rollins and Priest, and then CM Punk cost him? That's what I was saying before, AA. I was saying it was possible that Punk could cost him during the cash-in moment. That would just burn the cash-in right there. Because we had a long cash-in last year. By long, I mean it took forever. It went all the way to Mania. So this year, they might want to do something differently and have a shorter reign. If you want to call a Money in the Bank briefcase holding, if you want to call that a reign. You have a short Money in the Bank briefcase holding. You have an immediate cash-in that fails. That would send Drew McIntyre over the edge. But the question is, do you want to use that for the Drew McIntyre CM Punk storyline? Does it need it? Would it just be a waste for the Money in the Bank? I mean, cash-ins have been failed before, not the first time. Pat or Jay? Yeah. Very interesting. I'm gonna be very interested to see who wins that match. I think if Chad wins, he cashes in successfully eventually. Whether that's IC title or world title, if Chad wins, he cashes in successfully. If Drew McIntyre wins, he fails. Do you agree with that? Do you agree with that? If Drew wins the Money in the Bank briefcase, he fails to cash in. If Chad Gable wins, he successfully cashes in and wins the title of some sort. Whether it be the IC or the world title, he wins. Because you kind of need the Chad Gable go. You kind of need Chad Gable to hold the belt with the Creeds next to him. You know, that visual of the Creeds and Chad. Maybe the Creeds get the world title on the tag team titles. So all the Creeds and Chad have the titles. That visual, all three of them having belts would be awesome. Yeah, it'd be great. I like Chad Gable. I would love for him to win the title eventually. He deserves this moment. Similar to Dakota Kai, he's a great wrestler, put in great work. He's getting a lot of TV time. So he's a very good contender for the Money in the Bank briefcase. I think I kind of want him to win. Of these three, I think I want Chad Gable to win the briefcase. All right, let's move on to the next match, which is and Sami Zayn. Now Braun Breaker, who's killing it right now, and Sami. Now again, this match kind of scares me. When I say scares me, I'm talking about the result. I have a hard time seeing this match end clean. I would love for it to end clean, but I think this match is going to have some shenanigans. I do not think this match ends clean. I do not think Sami Zayn will pin Braun Breaker. I'm not sure Braun Breaker will pin Sami Zayn. One of the two have to happen, right? But I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. I don't think they're going to put the belt on Braun Breaker right away. I don't think so. But at the same time, even though I don't think they're going to put the belt on him now, I don't think they want him to take a pin. He did stand tall, and he did hold that damn belt, which is a bad omen. Typically, they do not give you the money shot until the money is being made. If they give you the money shot before the moment, which is what happened last night, where he picked up the title, he rolls the title above his head. When they do that, it means that money shot is not happening on the big day. Could they give you the money shot before the big day? So based on the typical booking standpoint, that means Sami Zayn will retain because they already gave you the money shot of him holding the belt already. But Triple H is unpredictable. Maybe Braun Breaker took it upon himself to lift the title. It's possible. This is the thing about the last match we're talking about. That's the thing about the first match here. If Sami Zayn loses the title, I would not be surprised if Chad Gable cashes in. If Chad wins Money in the Bank, watch out for this match. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not saying it's the best idea, right? But if he wins Money in the Bank, keep your eye on this match. That's all I'm gonna say. It will be some total Triple H booking to protect Sami Zayn and to protect Braun Breaker by having a third party come in here and cash in and make it a triple threat match. Then you bring in the Creeds. Creeds get involved here. Chad Gable catches in on Sami Zayn, a big splash during the show. If you don't have plans for the Money in the Bank briefcase to be involved with the world title, you want to keep it away from the world title, you have Sami Zayn lose the title here via cash in of Chad Gable. I think it's very important to have the men's Money in the Bank match happen first because everybody will be on their toes. I'll be on my toes for this match if Chad Gable wins it in the first match, in the opener. I'm not saying it's the best idea, but it's possible. It's possible. It just seemed like shenanigans here. I didn't have a feeling. I don't get clean finish here. I don't get a sense of a clean finish. And if that's the case, if Chad Gable wins Money in the Bank, I'll not be surprised if he cashed in this match. That's all I'm saying. Surprise roll up by Sami Zayn. Sure. Possible. Okay, so Six Canada agrees with me, or sees it as a possibility that Chad could cash in during this match, or you can hold on. You can hold on to it for a while as well. But all I'm saying is, I will not be surprised. That's all I'm saying. I will not be surprised one bit. But for now, assuming this match ends clean with no shenanigans, I'll say Sami Zayn retains because freaking Braun Breaker gave us the money shot last night with him holding the belt. And when you do that, it typically means you're going to lose. So Sami Zayn retains, I guess. But look out for the Chad Gable cash in if he wins. Move on to Damian Priest against Seth Rollins. Simple. Damian Priest retains. The stipulation here is if Damian Priest wins, he has to leave the Judgment Day. That's not happening. And if Seth Rollins loses, no. If Damian Priest wins, Seth Rollins can't challenge for the belt as long as Damian Priest is the champion. Who cares? But if Seth Rollins wins, then Damian Priest has to leave the Judgment Day. Damian is not leaving the Judgment Day now. It's not happening. Damian Priest will be champion heading into SummerSlam. The Judgment Day storyline is just really ramping up now, kicking into high gear now. Damian Priest needs to be a member of the Judgment Day storyline for a while, or at least to SummerSlam. So that's not happening. The story needs Damian Priest to still be in Judgment Day. It's too early to kick him out now. So he will retain. He will beat Seth Rollins. Will there be some shenanigans? Will Finn Balor disobey Damian Priest to come down there? Will this be a clean finish? No. Triple H will want to protect Seth Rollins. Therefore, Finn Balor, JD McDonough, they're going to come down there and cause some type of confusion. Damian Priest will be upset about it, but it is what it is. Hey, Liv Morgan might come down there. Might have lived down there for all I know. But this match will not be clean. I would love for Damian Priest to pin Seth Rollins clean. I don't buy it. Triple H will want to protect Seth Rollins. So this match will end with shenanigans. But Damian Priest will retain. He will retain. The reason why they're coming for Chad Gable is because, the Wyatt Six, is because the Wyatt Six said that he turned his back on his family. He stopped saying thank you. Yeah, he treated his family wrong. Yeah, that's the reason. Seth wins. Richard, I think you lost it. Richard, my man, I think you're out of your mind. Seth wins this match, then Damian Priest leaves the Judgment Day. And then what? We get Seth against Gunther, and then Seth loses. Seth is not a transitional champion. He is not transitional. Seth Rollins will lose to Damian Priest. Damian Priest needs another big win on his resume going into that SummerSlam match. Damian Priest does not want to feel like a transitional champion, so in order for him to not feel like one, give him another big win. Got a big win against Drew. I guess another big win against Seth Rollins, and then he goes into the Gunther match as an established champion who had big wins, and then he loses. No way in hell, Seth Rollins take the belt off of Damian Priest. I just don't buy it. Storyline needs Damian Priest to still be champion. The Judgment Day storyline is not progressed enough for him to lose the belt. Not yet. We're still developing. We're kicking it into high gear. Priest needs to be champion going into SummerSlam. They need to continue the storyline of the Judgment Day crumbling. Seth Rollins will lose. Now, I hear you say, someone just said, Richard said Priest will get kicked out by the time Rhea Ripley gets back. Yes, Damian Priest will 100% face Gunther. I agree. Yeah, I think Rhea's turning. I think she's returning very quickly. And by quickly, I mean maybe even either Money in the Bank or the night after. By that, I mean Raw. Things are kicking into high gear when it comes to Rhea Ripley. Damian Priest said he talked to Rhea. He said he talked to her. That's a new development. And the way Liv Morgan is behaving, she's kind of turning it up a notch with Dom. I think we could be seeing Rhea Ripley at Money in the Bank or the Raw after Money in the Bank. And then you can set up the SummerSlam match, right? If you want to do Liv against Rhea Ripley at SummerSlam, she has to come back before SummerSlam, right? If that's the direction, she got to return before SummerSlam, ideally a few weeks. So you do Rhea Ripley debut or return on Raw after Money in the Bank or at Money in the Bank. That could work well. But I think things seem to be ramping up with Liv Morgan. And because things are ramping up, I can see a situation where Rhea Ripley returns before Damian loses his belt. Right? How would you play it? Does it make sense for her to return after Damian lost his belt or before? I think before. In order to have the true impact of the betrayal, in order to feel the weight of that, look, let's put our storytelling hats on. Put your storytelling cap on, okay? Rhea has been at home the entire time. She's been angry at home. We have not been seeing it for ourselves. We have not been seeing her anger, her displeasure towards Liv Morgan. We have not witnessed it, right? So what you want to do is bring Rhea Ripley back before the big moment, before the Judgment Day falling apart. If Rhea Ripley is there to see it, I think it has more impact if she's there to witness it herself. If she's there when her boy Damian Priest loses the belt, if she's there when Finn Balor and JD turns on Damian Priest, if she's there when Dom maybe picks Liv Morgan, she got to be there, you know? Before all the big moments happen, before the big Judgment Day collapse, she got to be there. And for me, I think she has to be there before SummerSlam then. And if the big moment, because I believe Damian Priest is going to lose the belt at SummerSlam, because Gunther is going to be champion. If he's going to lose it at SummerSlam, I think she got to be here before that, right? So I think it's very possible she could pop up in Canada or on the Monday after Money in the Bank. Wait, is Raw in Canada? Raw for that? I don't remember. WWE show. Tickets. The Raw after Money in the Bank is where? Canada. So, if she's going to go to Canada, she might well go to damn Money in the Bank. Assuming she shows up on Raw, right? Because Canada is the home of all this shit. Check this out. All this shit. SmackDown, Canada. Heatwave, Canada. Money in the Bank, Canada. Raw, Canada. She got to go there. This is the time, folks. I think this is the time. You have all this storytelling, all this build up. It's a big weekend for WWE in Canada. Why not have her there? She shows up on Raw or on Money in the Bank. Makes too much sense. Toronto, Ottawa. This is what you do. I think it's gonna happen, folks. I'm calling it now. I'm calling it. This is the weekend where Rhea Ripley returns. This weekend. This Canada weekend. Where it happens. Got your SmackDown, got your Money in the Bank, and got Raw. He returns on Saturday or Monday. And then you have what? Got a month where she's on the damn ticket poster. Again, this is not the official poster, right? This is not the official poster, but she's there. Her face, right there. Subject to change, right? But she's right there. All subject to change. But I think it makes too much sense. I think Rhea Ripley returns on the Raw after Money in the Bank or during Money in the Bank. Agreed or disagree? Yeah, Dom is lying. Straight up lying. He said he's talking to Rhea Ripley. He was lying. He was not talking to her. Damian Priest confirmed that when he said, hey, I've been talking to her. You have not been. I think she returns this weekend. This weekend, leading into the beginning of the week, she returns. Next week's Raw? Yeah. One of these two. Saturday or Monday. They're not crazy enough to have her here, right? Yeah, I don't have her picture here. Yeah, I think she shows up in Canada. So it's very easy to travel to Canada and be hidden these days. So you're gonna pop into Canada, may send her to like some secondary airport, get her into Canada. She shows up on Raw. And you have how many Raws? 1, 2, 3. 3 Raws before SummerSlam. That's crazy. That's kind of crazy to think about it. After Money in the Bank, 3 Raws. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Rhea Ripley returns. I'm sorry, 4. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 Raws. Oh, including that Raw. That's including that Raw. Okay. So there's only 3 after hers. That's what you do. Rhea returns on July 8th or July 6th. Right. Jimmy might return I believe that it's possible. That Jimmy could return at Money in the Bank. Then maybe she returns at Raw. And then Roman Reigns returns at SummerSlam. So you kind of spread out the pops. Get the Jimmy pop at Money in the Bank. Get the Rhea pop in Canada on Raw. Then you have the Roman Reigns pop at SummerSlam. Bam, we figured it out. This is another Triple H. But back to this match. Damian Priest wins for sure. 100% sure. 100%, guys. 100. He retains. Move on to the next match. We haven't talked about the women yet. Shit. I'm behind on the stream. I could spend an hour on this match alone. I could spend an hour on the women's match. All right, folks. Strap in. 'Cause I'm behind. All right. The women. Like I talked about before, this match is straightforward from this standpoint. You got 3 options. Because the winner is coming from the SmackDown. The winner is coming from SmackDown. It is Tiffany Stratton, it's Naomi, or it's Chelsea Green. Now, if it's Chelsea Green, it is a comedy act. Okay? It's fun. It's hilarious. It's, laughs. Ha 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 ha. That's what's happening with Chelsea Green. Will she probably fail? Possibly. Probably 50-50. Fail or successful. But it's definitely a comedy thing. That's possible. If you don't have any major plans for the Money in the Bank, I can see you going the funny, haha, comedy route. Similar to what I said about the men. If you don't have a plan for like the world title scene, you may go the undercard route or the mid card route. For the women, if you don't have some kind of grand master plan, you can go funny, haha, laughs with Chelsea Green. Carmella was, but she ended up winning, and that was under Vince McMahon, a different type of booker. Vince is. I think Carmella was given a little bit more legitimacy as a heel, though, more so than Chelsea Green would. Spoiler alert, guys. Spoiler alert, if you don't know, Chelsea Green, babyface. I don't know whether you guys have noticed this, but Green is now a babyface. She's a babyface. She may be playing the heel, but she's very much a babyface role right now. The crowd loves her antics and her character work in the ring. They love to root for her, and she's now fallen into the babyface realm. She's babyface. I don't care who she's working with the Piper Niven or whatever. Chelsea Green is now a babyface. Spoiler alert. If you did not notice that, you didn't catch that, she will be the overwhelming favorite in this match. I kid you not. She will be the most over by a landslide. And not just because she's in Canada. She's Canadian, it's in Canada, but not just because of that. Her reaction she got last time she's out there on SmackDown, it's clear she will be the overwhelming favorite in that match from a crowd reaction. And good for her. Good for Chelsea Green. She will be the overwhelming babyface. Like, overwhelming. And that's fine. That's awesome for her. But does she win? That's a question. Does she win? Again, if you want to go the comedy route, why not? But I'm not so sure that's the direction she wants to go. And I'm not so sure people will be satisfied that if she fails her cash in, because I think she would fail her cash in. Are you cool with that? Are you cool with a Chelsea Green cash in fail? That's my question. No, Chelsea wins. I think Chelsea and Tiffany will get loud reactions. I think yes, but I think Chelsea Green will be the loudest. Part of it because she's from Canada, and because she's a sentimental favorite right now. I think when she book it right now. When she is climbing that ladder, the crowd is going to erupt. I'm telling you now. When she's climbing that ladder, when she's going like this, the crowd will erupt on that damn show. I'm telling you. It's going to be loud. I think she's going to be the overwhelming favorite here from the crowd perspective. More so than Chelsea Green, more so than Tiffany, more so than Naomi. She will be the favorite, I think. So that's a possibility. Go to comedy route. Ha 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 ga, 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 ga. Go that route. It's possible, right? Tiffany Stratton. Triple H is unpredictable, but I don't see it. I don't see it for now. She got caught up this year. The newcomer. If this was Vince McMahon, I'd say she's going to win it. But because this is Triple H, he likes to take things a little slower. I don't buy that she's going to get this Money in the Bank push so early in her career. She's 25 years old. There's a lot of Money in the Banks in her future. I think you take it slow with Tiffany Stratton. She's currently in a storyline with Nia Jax. If she wins Money in the Bank, how does that mess with her dynamic with Nia Jax? Right now, Nia Jax is rolling with Tiffany Stratton. If she wins Money in the Bank, what does she tell Nia? Oh, Nia, I'm gonna go cash in on Liv Morgan. Do you buy that storyline? I don't think I buy that. I think for this storyline to make sense, Nia Jax would be a moron. I don't want to see Nia Jax. I don't think Nia Jax needs to be a moron. I don't want to see her be dumb. I think Tiffany loses here. I think she loses. Is it possible she wins? Sure. But If you look across the landscape of all the newcomers, all the recent call-ups, Tiffany, Lyra, Braun, Carmelo, all these new guys, do we buy that they would put a belt or a briefcase on Tiffany right now? I say no. If she wins Money in the Bank briefcase, I think she might lose her cash in. Because I do not think he's going to put the belt on her right now. I just don't buy they're going to fast track it. I don't buy it. Not with her. Not with a newcomer. Triple H likes for these people to take their lumps and go through their go through a little bit of stuff on the main roster first, Go through some storylines. Take your lumps. I think he's more likely to go with a veteran who's kind of older, who hasn't had that moment yet, rather than to go with a newcomer on the roster like a Carmelo Hayes, like a Tiffany, like a Braun. I just don't see it. Tiffany and Carmelo are in the same kind of boat. Funny because they're in the same spot on the poster right here. The right side there. I don't buy it. Naomi and Chelsea are 50-50. If Triple H wants the women to have a failed cash in, and Chelsea Green, yep. No, I don't want a failed cash in. Not really. Got a question why you think Bianca and Jade are on the SummerSlam poster? Probably because they're going to be challenging for the tag titles again at SummerSlam. Yeah, we can talk about that if you want to, but yeah. Bianca and Jade probably will be going for the tag titles again at SummerSlam. I'm surprised Tiffany's a favorite now. I just don't see it. You just don't see her winning Money in the Bank. Yeah, she's teaming with Nia Jax. Yeah, right now I have her teaming with Nia. And I have her being in the tag division with Nia after SummerSlam. Right now you have this dynamic where Jade Cargill is kind of mixing up with Nia Jax a bit. Bianca's kind of mixing up with Nia Jax. It feels like they're setting the stage for the Nia Jax Bianca Belair feud. And that involved Tiffany and Jade, right? On Raw, you got the women tag team division where the Damage Control attacked the Unholy Union. The Party Girls attacked Damage Control. You got a three-way tag team right there. You got Shayna and Zoe in the mix over there. So he's trying to start with the women's division on Raw, really trying to build it up, which I appreciate. SmackDown, you got Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae attacking Bianca and Jade. Even Candice LeRae went out there and freaking cost Jade Cargill her match. And Jade came out there and attacked Indy Hartwell in her qualifying match. So they're clearly setting up the women's division here. I can't complain, can I? Because I've been bitching about it for years. We've all been bitching about it. So how come we didn't turn around and say, Triple H, stop booking the women's division like this? No, he's trying now. We have to be happy, right? Gotta be happy. So if he's going to replicate that on Raw, or replicate that on SmackDown, right now, Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae are mixing up with Bianca and Jade. They have a match on SmackDown. Why not have Nia Jax and Tiffany become a tag team and mix it up with Bianca and Jade too? So you have the Unholy Union, Damage Control, Life of the Party, Zoe and Shayna on Raw, Bianca, Blair and Jade on SmackDown, Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell on SmackDown, and Nia Jax and Tiffany. Can you complain? Can we bitch? Maybe even Harper Niven and Chelsea Green. Can we complain? Can we bitch? When we've been talking about this for years. Focus on the tag team division, Triple H, for God's sakes. Now he's doing it. Now I'm going to complain. As a Bianca Belair fan, I have complained. But should I be complaining? Should I be happy that he's investing in the tag division? Makes you think sometimes, huh? I want Bianca Belair to be in the single division, but right now, he's using her to bolster the tag division. Should I be complaining? Should I be bitching about that? I don't know. But I kind of went on a tangent there. Oh yeah, Tiffany, I think will be with Nia Jax. That tag team will be set up after SummerSlam. So if you're doing that, do you use the Money in the Bank to throw a wrench in that plan? I don't think so. And because she's new to the main roster, I think it's going to take its time. She's 25 years old. You do not need a fast track of Money in the Bank. There will be plenty of Money in the Banks in her future. Plenty. So I'm not so high on Tiffany Stratton winning it. Would I be shocked, completely shocked? No. But right now I have Chelsea Green above Tiffany Stratton. And last but not least, Naomi. Naomi is a babyface. Had a segment with Bailey, which talked about winning the Money in the Bank. There was that segment where she grabbed Bailey's title backstage. Naomi is a wild card for me, because they could easily have Blair Davenport come down there and cost her. Would I love that booking? No. But I can see Blair Davenport getting mad that she lost and attacking Naomi and costing her in that match. I can see it. I can also see her winning it and turning heel maybe. That could be compelling. When Naomi was coming back originally, I thought it'd be cool for her to come back as a heel. They went a different direction, but I thought that would have been a good call. So here's my question, I guess. For me, Chelsea Green, Naomi, Tiffany. But there's no real conviction in any of that. Only thing I'm sure about, it'll be a SmackDown superstar. That's it. I have no real conviction with the ranking. I'll go Chelsea, Naomi, Tiffany, but no real conviction at all. It's probably a good thing, right? It's probably good that this is all up for debate. Nothing too clear cut. It's all up for, like, anybody can win. I'll go Tiffany, Naomi, Chelsea Green. Here's a question. I ask you guys, start a poll. Wait, I gotta end this one first. In poll. All right, let's start a new one. Who wins? Oh, that poll messed up. In that poll. Start a new one. Who wins? Women's Money in the Bank. Winner. Okay. Tiffany? Naomi? Green. It's in Chelsea Green. Wait. There you go. Oh, or else. Somebody else. Someone else in there, I guess. You think somebody from Raw will win? You'll be wrong, but maybe you think that. What you got? Naomi, Green. I got to put the else. I put someone. Damn YouTube. Chelsea Green. It has 80% so far. Like I said, she's going to be the most over the entire night. I think the best crowd reaction will be Chelsea Green. For sure. The biggest crowd reaction will be Chelsea Green. 71% said Chelsea Green, 29% say Naomi. No Tiffany. Second I said that, why somebody vote Tiffany. No Tiffany, nobody from Raw. Yeah, I'm kind of there with you guys. Because it's not clear cut, I can see anybody winning it. I can see the comedy act winning it. Naomi or Tiffany? Yeah. I think I'm there with you guys. That being said, Triple H likes to swerve the audience because I think the overwhelming home crowd will want Chelsea Green to win. And because of that, probably want a heel to win. If it's not going to be Chelsea, it probably needs to be a heel. So I think Chelsea would be the safer bet. Because you don't want Naomi to get booed, potentially. Unless you turn a heel, then who cares, right? If you turn a heel, then who cares? I'll go Chelsea. Wow, getting closer than I thought. 56 Chelsea, 44 Naomi. Wow. Wow. I'll go Chelsea Green for now. But yeah, nobody from Raw. Naomi, if you're turning her heel, cool. Tiffany has a relationship with Nia Jax. Doesn't really make sense. Chelsea Green, comedy act, but it would work. If we want to go with comedy, it would work, you know. Money's on Naomi. I can see that. Chelsea Green, Naomi, Tiffany. That's my ranking. That is my ranking. What is going on Twitter? All right, anyway, let's move on to the last match, which would be the Bloodline. All right. This match is interesting because it's 3-on-3, but there's 4 members of the Bloodline, which leads me to believe that maybe Jimmy has to return here tonight. During this night. That could be cool. I think the Bloodline needs to win. They may not have to stand tall, but they have to win at least. I think KO probably takes the pin. A good showing from Dakota, I think, will be great for here. Great presentation she has. I think Jimmy will return here tonight, potentially. Randy turns heel. So not only is it 4-on-3, you think Randy turns heel here. It may be a bit too early for that. If you're doing, the rumor is Solo against Cody Rhodes. If that's the case, probably a little too early for the Randy Orton turn. Probably turn Randy Orton after SummerSlam. I think Randy turns after Roman Reigns returns, you know? Because you want to do Bloodline against Bloodline. You want to have Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton away from the Bloodline business. You want to be Roman Reigns and Jimmy against the Bloodline. And it makes sense to then have Randy Orton turn, and that takes Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes out of the picture. That can make sense. That means Roman will have to recruit Jay again. That could work. So I would think if Randy Orton turns, it'll be after SummerSlam, but I digress. I think Bloodline has to win, so they'll win. And I think Jimmy returns. That's a big moment, the big pop of the night. Jimmy returns to help out the Bloodline. Well, not the Bloodline, help out the baby faces here. Got Jimmy, Kevin Owens, Randy, and Cody Rhodes standing tall after Bloodline gets a sneaky win on Kevin Owens. Because Kevin Owens had the big spot with the Swanton through the table. So now Kevin Owens gets his comeuppance and they attack him at the end of the match, and he is pinned for the 1, 2, 3. Probably by Jacob Batu. So if Jacob Batu will get the final pin, or maybe Solo, one of the two. Probably Solo, because the Tribal Chief. So Solo wins, pins Kevin Owens. He set up Kevin Owens against maybe Jacob Batu. You set up Randy Orton against Tamalonga, maybe? Or Tamatonga. You set up Cody Rhodes against Solo Sikoa for SummerSlam. Roman Reigns returns. Something like that. Or Solo pins Cody. That could work. Yeah, that's true. If you want to do the Cody Rhodes Solo Sikoa match at SummerSlam, you have Solo pin Cody. That could work well. That makes sense. Do that. You have Cody take the pin, setting up the SummerSlam match, make Solo be a big deal that way. Then Cody beats Solo. That works fine too. But I have the Bloodline winning for sure. For sure. So in all, that is men's. I'll go Chad Gable. No conviction. I got Sami Zayn. Might be some shenanigans, but I'll go Sami Zayn because it gave us a money shot with Braun Breaker already. Damian Priest, 100% certainty. No waffling here. 100% certainty. Damian Priest wins. Next match. No conviction. I'll go Chelsea Green. But I have no idea. But I'll go Chelsea. And for the final, 100% certainty, the Bloodline. So only 2 matches of the 5 I'm sure of. That's good. I don't hear anybody talking about this. This card is predictable. Like I said before, it doesn't matter if it's predictable as long as there's a story beat that is going to tell the story or continue the story. That's interesting. It doesn't matter. It's about the post match and the storylines coming from it. But in this case, it's not predictable at all. I don't know what's going to happen. There's only 2 matches I know what's going to happen. Bloodline wins and Damian Priest wins. Everything else is up for debate. And even the Damian Priest match, there's storyline implications with Finn Balor, with Judgment Day. So that's going to be interesting. And with this match, even though it's predictable, storyline implications. Is Jimmy Uso going to pop up? Is Roman Reigns going to make an appearance? I doubt it. Is someone else going to pop up? No, there's storyline implications with the matches that are predictable. And everything else is unpredictable. So that's awesome. Great. Exciting show. Would you agree? This is an unpredictable show? Would you agree with that? I think it's pretty unpredictable. Anything can happen in these matches. Anything can happen. The results for 2 of the matches are clear, though. Bloodline wins and Priest wins. But beyond that, it's exciting stuff. I'm not 100% sure of anything. I do think Sami Zayn is going to win. But could be shenanigans here. Yeah, I don't know. A great card, folks. I'm not complaining about any of these matches. Good stuff. Main events would be probably 6-man. Agreed. Well, the 6-man is in the Bloodline storyline, yes. I think the Bloodline main events, especially if Jimmy Uso returns, I think the men tag match. Speaking tag, the men's ladder match will open the show. That way, if Drew wins, people could think Drew may cash in. If Chad Gable wins, people would think Chad Gable could cash in. So I think he went. I think the men's open up the show. Then this is probably the sequence right here. This is it. This will be the sequence. Opener, men's ladder match. Sami Zayn, Braun Breaker. Damian Priest, Seth Rollins. The women's ladder match. And then Bloodline. Cody Rhodes, close the show. Adrenaline in my soul. Something. Or you swap these 2. You could have Damian Priest close the show. Nah, don't do that. Never mind. I'll take it back. It's going to be Bloodline and Cody Rhodes. Who are we kidding? It'll be Cody Rhodes. Especially if Jimmy Zayn. Especially if Jimmy Uso returns. It'll be Bloodline and Cody Rhodes that close the show. Yep. That's my sequence here. Yep. That makes sense. No women's tag match on the show or on the pre-show. I don't think so. That was gonna happen. They would have set it up right now. So the second Bianca and Jade drop the belts, those belts are off the card. Kind of telling. It's a star-driven business, folks. It's all about stars. It's not about sentimental stuff. It's not about either of that. It's all about the stars. And the men's tag teams, I mean, since they've been split, starting to think it might have been a bad idea to split those tag titles. Because since they've been split, those tag titles have not been on the show or on the PLEs. They've been on the TV matches, which is fine. I don't mind TV matches, but for them to not be on the PLEs at all, not even once, not either of them, that's kind of rough. But it makes sense. It's good to have title matches on the TV shows, so I don't mind it. I don't see the men's tag team being on the PLEs anytime soon. I just do not see it. It was bad. It ultimately ended up being bad. For the tag titles, at least. Now, do I want to see freaking Awesome Truth on PLEs? No, not really. I'm sorry. Sorry, Truth. Sorry, Miz. I don't want to see you. Do I need to see Austin Theory and Grayson Waller? I like their talent. I like them as talent. Do I need to see that tag match on the PLE? No, I don't need to see that either. I don't need to see it. So, all right, folks. Is there anything else? Any questions you have for me before I wrap this up? What is this? What is this? Ex NXT talent doesn't know why she was released. Some WWE releases were requested. Oh, okay. I don't know who this is. I have no idea who this is. Anyway. Sorry about what's happened to you on Twitter. What happened on Twitter? Sami being a workhorse defending 3 PLEs in a row. Oh, Sami Zayn, has he defended in 3 PLEs in a row? That's cool. She never debuted? Okay. She never actually debuted. Only on Level Up? Okay, gotcha. Yes, awesome for Sami Zayn. Logan Paul, what are you doing? Where are your freaking title defenses, bro? I'm fine with it. He'll have his SummerSlam title defense against LA Knight. That'll happen. Oh yeah, because of my ranking. Here's my thing. Here's the thing. I wasn't really attacked because I put in there that well, I was attacked by some of them. Most of them were saying because I had Kyrie saying at C. And then I put her at D because the chat said put her at D. So I put in the tweet that the chat wanted to be at D. So it's saying, oh, the chat's stupid, blah, blah, blah. So that's really where the hate went. The hate went towards the chat, not necessarily me. But I would have been fine with it either way. I don't care. It's my opinion. It's okay. I then came out and said she did great on Raw, which she did. Her last match, that qualifying match, Triple Threat, was really good on Raw. The Kyrie saying hourglass. Oh, Dakota Kai's tweet? I did not see that. I saw her say later or whatever. I saw that. I saw the whatever tweet. Dakota. Charlie girl. Oh, yeah. Storytelling, folks. Keep telling y'all to stop crying and let things play out. Yeah, I did have a disclaimer. I sure did. Let it play out. Wait, hold on. What does that mean? What you cooking? What does that mean? Hourglass. They're going to break up. That's what it means. Damage Control is going to break up. I believe there's a good chance that after Money in the Bank, when EO fails and they lose again on the next show in Canada, because it'll be in Canada. Now I think about it, that Raw might be a big show. If Rhea Ripley returns, if we get the Damage Control blow up, because they have to face Lyra and the Party Girls on Monday Night Raw. If they lose, EO's gonna flip out. Then EO has to travel to go to I even talked about this on Twitter, didn't I? I think I did. Here it is. If Damage Control loses this match, shit is gonna hit the fan. EO might go insane. So EO has another match before heading to Japan. Yep. So this match happens on Raw. If she loses, she flips out and leaves Damage Control. Not leave, but maybe I don't think she attacks them, but she may just flip out on them, and she goes to Japan by herself. Now I would have loved to see her travel with Damage Control. I think it would have been cool to see all 3 of them at the show, but she may go by herself. I would prefer her going with Damage Control just for that visual. Like, forget about the storyline. Just have EO, Dakota, and Kyrie all go to Marigold. That'd be kind of cool to see. But yeah, she could flip out, and that'd be why that'd be that'd be a storyline reason why she goes by herself. You know, she leaves Kairi and Dakota Kai in Canada and travels to Japan by herself. EO, thanks for super chat. EO recreates the Seth chair spot if they lose. That'd be crazy. Can little old EO do that by herself? Little old EO attack. She could. I could buy that. I could buy her taking him out by herself. For sure. That'd be funny. If EO does that, I think she's going to miss the next Raw. Probably. This is the 13th, right? Her match against Utami Hayashishita is July 13th, which is Saturday. Yeah, she could be back for Raw. She may not miss Raw. I wonder what kind of press she might do. I'm wondering, does she return for Raw, or does she stay in Japan? I don't know. Either could happen. But yeah, she might be traveling by herself. I prefer if she travels with them because I think it'd be cool to see Damage Control and Marigold as a unit. You can even have Kairi and, because Kairi's a big name for in Japan, have her and Dakota Kai at ringside. That'd be a cool visual. So it ended up being 50-50, by the way, in that poll. 50-50 Naomi, Chelsea Green. Asuka's might be out the entire year, unfortunately. Io Sky hitting Dakota Kai with a chair, that'd be hilarious. But yeah, Dakota Kai there's a plan here, guys, with Damage Control storyline. There's a plan here. There's a sequence of events. Io Sky loses Money in the Bank. Io Sky loses this match. She flips out. She travels to Japan by herself. Now, Damage Control is in a storyline with the tag team division. So does that end, per se? Maybe Io Sky leaves them behind. They stay on Raw, and they try to win the tag titles or try to win by themselves without her. They lose again, and she comes back and says, wow, I left to Japan, came back, y'all still lost? No. Then she tries to put put fist to face, you know? At that point, she turns on them. But it'd be interesting to see what they do here. I would love for the Damage Control to go to Japan altogether, but we'll see. We will see. What else you got? You see a multi-women's tag match, title match. I think I read that wrong. You see a multi-women's tag team title match happening at SummerSlam. Between who? Bianca, Jade, the Unholy Union, and yeah. Does Unholy Union work Heat Wave? Does Natalya work Heat Wave? Maybe. Yeah, that might be the best route. Multi-women match. Multi-women tag match for the sake of getting women on the card, for the sake of having something beyond a straight up rematch. Because if you want to have Bianca and Jade against the Unholy Union, I'm not loving that match. Right now, the Unholy Union are kind of baby faces anyway. Make a video about Lyra hating. Is it really? Pedro, is that really happening? Is Lyra getting hate? I haven't been paying attention to that. Lyra? Valkyria. Let's see something real quick. All right, Valkyria. I'm gonna random search on Twitter. Random search. Hopefully, don't porn pops up because there's some weirdos online. Some real weirdos. I haven't seen the hate. Send it to me. Yep, there was some. People are so weird. People are so weird. I'm glad I didn't show that tweet. A bunch of weirdos. I'm not seeing the hate. What's happening online? Tell me, what's happening? People call her boring like Zoe. It's all about their faves. It's all about their faves not winning. It's really a shame. It really is a shame. My fave didn't win, so let me bash a talent. She's not boring. She's not boring. She's not. I don't think she's boring. I don't think she's boring. Boring in what way? Boring because her creative is bad, or the person is just not a she's just not a good talent. She's just not creative or interesting. If you want to say her creative is bad, fine. I don't think her creative is bad, but I don't think she's boring either. She's fine. She's good in the ring. She cuts a good promo. She's likable. She's relatable. She's fine. They start hitting her with BO. Yeah, because Joshi stands are like the worst. I say that as someone who loves watching Joshi wrestling these days. Joshi stands are not great, unfortunately. It is crazy Io Sky's schedule here. She's cooking. Money in the Bank. Raw match. Mari Gold. Crazy schedule. This is all under 7 days. Sunday, Monday, next Sunday. Crazy. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Saturday, Monday, Saturday. That's a crazy schedule for Io Sky. Cooking. I love Io Sky as a talent. Love her. Her fans, not so much. No, I disagree with you. I think Lyra Valkyria is very good in the ring. She's very good in the ring. Is it the most eye-catching? She's clean. She's good. She's technical. She's very good in the ring. Zoe Stark hate is unnecessary as well. I agree. Both of them are good in the ring. What is he talking about? What is he talking about? What is going on here? They teasing an AJ Lee reference. Noticing? Now this has to happen. Drew better watch out. CM Punk to Rollins will relive the most shocking Money in the Bank moments. Oh, I see. They're literally teasing. Let's light it up. That'd be crazy. Can you imagine if AJ Lee showed up because Drew had to damn. Let's not fantasy book here. Let's not fantasy book. People will start getting excited and putting it in their heads. Let's not hype up AJ Lee popping up and screwing Drew McIntyre, okay? That'd be crazy, but let's not do that. He does have the bracelet with AJ Lee and the dog. It'd be a great moment, a great character moment for AJ Lee, a great story beat. It'd be great. I'm not booking that though, but that'd be crazy if that happened. Crazy if AJ Lee showed up and freaking attacked Drew McIntyre on the damn ladder. That'd be crazy. Who could have thought? I see your tag. Okay. Who would have thought that AJ Lee's first appearance back on the TV, on WWE TV, would be attacking Drew? That'd be crazy. Almost died today. Okay. A robber came to my house with a loaded gun and aimed at me. Luckily, the Lyra Valkyria highlights were playing on the TV. He suddenly started watching it and fell asleep. Thank God. Now, this is a one-off here. This is rude, obviously. Is it funny? Kind of. But Lyra Valkyria is not boring. I don't think she's boring, folks. I don't think she's boring. She's good in the ring. She's good in the ring. I'm sorry. I'm not buying that. I'm not buying what you're selling here. She's good in the ring. That's crazy though. Now I'm freaking I'm freaking tweeting about that. That's crazy. That's insane. AJ calls Drew and takes back the bracelet. Stop putting it in my head. Cause now I want to see it. Stop putting it in my head. Isn't that cool though? That the chat comes on the screen like that? Kind of awesome. Richard, don't put that in my head because now I want to see that happen. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if AJ Lee comes into the storyline? This quickly could go south. By south, I mean this can go to Hell in a Cell situation. If AJ Lee comes in here, screws Drew McIntyre, take that bracelet back, Drew's going to their house. Drew is going to their damn house. Can you imagine? Can you imagine Drew going to their house, AJ Lee in there, and you're like mixing it up with AJ and CM Punk and the dog? Larry, AJ, and CM Punk all jump Drew. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine that booking? The dog attacks Drew. AJ Lee jumps on his back. And CM Punk starts delivering blows to the head. Light it up, all right. Wow. That's crazy. Let's not get too excited, folks. That's not happening. Let's be honest. AJ Lee's not popping up. Would it be hilarious? Yes. Would I want it to happen? Yes. But let's not say that AJ Lee's first appearance on the main roster for years would be attacking Drew McIntyre off the ladder. Would I want to see it? Sure. Is it going to happen? Let's not get too excited, okay? We've seen this before, right? We've seen teases of AJ Lee before, right? Oh, they're teasing AJ Lee. They're teasing AJ Lee. She did not show up, okay? So let's not get excited about this. AJ Lee dethroning Liv Morgan. Can you imagine? They just bypass the Rhea Ripley storyline. No Rhea Ripley. Sorry, she's out of here. AJ Lee comes in and ruins the revenge tour. Can you imagine? I have like fantasy book to light it up. Whenever that music hits, whenever that music happens, can you imagine the pop? That when Let's Light It Up hits, that pop is gonna be crazy. Do I think it will ever happen again? I think it will eventually. Just one huge AJ Lee pop, but we don't know when that's gonna happen. Not a Royal Rumble. I wouldn't do it at Royal Rumble. I do it like some event, some storyline thing, something story driven. That pop would be insane. I don't think it'll be Royal Rumble though. I don't think so. I don't think so. But that'd be crazy. This would be crazy. Let AJ wrestle Roxanne and Cora. Oh, you gotta think AJ Lee's up for that? I don't think so. I don't think she's up for a real run. Yeah, Canada is gonna be crazy. That weekend, this weekend, you have Gainings right around the corner. Like literally this weekend, SmackDown, Money in the Bank, Heatwave, and Raw. 4 shows in a row. Canada getting spoiled with 4 straight shows. Don't forget about Heatwave. And all right, Larry has a better chance to pop up. You're gonna get Larry before you get AJ. 4 matches in a row. 4 shows in a row in Canada. A big weekend for that show. By show, I mean WWE. Be crazy. I guess we talk about a little bit what happened on Raw. Just a little bit. That match between Liv Morgan and Zelina Vega was peak storytelling. Peak. When freaking Liv Morgan tried to do the what's the name of that submission that Rhea Ripley does? That was hilarious. When she tried to go do that submission on freaking Zelina Vega. was like, wow, she thinks she's Rhea. She wants to be Rhea for real. Hilarious. Prison Trap, yeah. It was so funny, man. Liv Morgan doing her best work. Here it is. Hilarious. Like, what is going on? I was just dying laughing. I was dying laughing. Dying. Then what else she do? Let me just go through my Raw tweets. Without. Oh, by the way, Mark Henry hates Britt Baker. You didn't know. Watch the video. He hates Britt Baker. Confirmed. Oh yeah, this shot was crazy though. How they're pulling off these cinematic shots live is crazy. This is a live shot. Not a TV show, not a movie, not post-production. Some of these live shots look like so cinematic. It's crazy that they're pulling this off live. So crazy. This is loving this storyline between Finn and Damian Priest. Loving this Judgment Day stuff. Compelling, fun, interesting. Good character dynamics. Good character development. Good relationship dynamics. The storytelling in this match was just so good, man. So many layers. So many good stuff happening in the match. This is what I call storyline matches. Not so much the in-ring, which was good, a solid in-ring, but it's about the storyline they're telling. It's story-driven. And it's all working on different levels. This is funny as well. She was legitimately upset that he ruined her moment. What did you think was going to happen out there? So you ruined my moment. I'll have a moment right there. You ruined it. Like, what do you thought was going to happen? He ruined her moment. When she like held, some people thought she was trying to take off his pants. That was not happening. She's not trying to take off his pants. She was holding him down so he couldn't move. She was holding his waist. She wasn't going for his belt buckle. That wasn't happening. She was holding his waist so he couldn't get off of her. That was what she was doing. She wasn't trying to take off his trousers. But yeah, just good stuff all around, man. I can't say enough. Yeah, Liv Morgan stealing Rhea Ripley's moves was hilarious. Hilarious. Oh, by the way, she hit a moonsault. Selena Vega hit a moonsault. I was like, wow, I see you, Selena Vega. I see you with that moonsault. She was cooking out there. She was showing out. Selena Vega was. I was impressed. That was a clean moonsault. Clean. What else happened on Raw that I tweeted about? Dominic Mysterio said Damian Priest was acting like his dad. So Dominic Mysterio now does not like Damian Priest. That's like the worst insult you can give somebody if you're Dom. You're acting like my dad. That means just like him. So Dom will be more likely to turn on Damian Priest. Now Damian is reminding him of his father. Many layers. Good storytelling. That's what I'm talking about here. They're setting things up. Payoff. It all makes sense. That's already tweeted about. Oh yeah, by the way, WWE are continuing to work with other promotions. The Creeds are going to Bloodsport. Good for them. Oh, here it is. Good for them. Cool, awesome stuff. Working with GCW. While you're there, look at Megan Bayne, because Megan Bayne's working a lot with GCW. And sign Megan Bayne to an NXT contract, for crying out loud. Do not let Megan Bayne go to AEW. Please do not let her go to AEW. Sign Megan Bayne. Triple H, if you're watching this, I know you're watching. Sign Megan Bayne. Anything else before we wrap up this stream? Oh, and longer than I thought it was gonna go. Over 2 hours. Anything else? Before I wrap this stream up. Sometime next week, I'll be doing my first ever Mari Gold stream. So Mari Gold has a big Summer Destiny show coming up on the 13th. And I have watched all of Mari Gold. I've seen every match. I know the talent. So I'll be doing my first ever breakdown of a Joshi promotion. Kind of nervous about it, but I've watched everything. I know all of it. So just about like, getting accustomed to talking about this stuff. But because I've seen it, because I know it, I can talk about it confidently. So I'll be talking about Marigold sometime next week and lead up to Summer Destiny, the big pay-per-view for the show. They hyping up this damn pay-per-view since May, and now it's coming. So it could be it'll be my first stream talking about just Marigold. Look at this poster. Beautiful poster here. You see they have Io Sky is the biggest image on this damn card. She's the biggest draw here, which is pretty crazy for Io. WWE logo is prominent in the corner. They're smart. They make it look like a freaking cross promotion. This is smart booking here. They are producing, or they're presenting this like a cross promotion thing. The WWE logo here. There's only really one superstar on here from WWE. That's Io Sky. But they're presenting it like a cross promotion thing to get more eyeballs, to get more attention, which is smart. Io Sky is the big draw here. The past two posters have had Io Sky being the biggest woman on the poster. I'll be talking about this entire show sometime next week. And that'll be fun to talk about that. So that'll be pretty cool. Yeah, great for Japan. WWE is having a big impact in Japan right now with the of course this show here with Io Sky. They have 3 shows this month in Japan. They also have AJ Styles going to work in Noah. So this would be the landscape might be different after July. After this month, what happens in Japan? There'll be a lot of talks, a lot of meetings. I'm assuming when they go over there to have those shows. The landscape might be a little different for WWE in Japan after July. So we'll see what happens. Because very interesting here. Between Marigold, between the house shows, between AJ Styles going to go to work in Noah. July is a big month for WWE in Japan. The landscape might change a bit. I'm convinced that New Japan is kind of scared. The way they're behaving, they're definitely worried about WWE working with Noah and Marigold. We'll see if they have a right to be scared. We'll see. But it's a good poster. Let's see if I can name. Let's see how much I know about the Marigold. Let's see if I can name the people on this poster. Here's the second poster. Another one with just Io Sky, right? With Io Sky and Utami. So we got Io Sky. Well, it's kind of cheating because you can see the names. Let's go to the other one. Io Sky, Sari, Utami Hayashishita, Julia, Bozilla. Can you see my? You can. You can see my mouse. This is Miku Ano. This is Chico Goto. This is my favorite wrestler right now. Mirai. This is Zeta Steel. This is Koki Amare, the woman that they're clearly setting up to be the face of the company going forward. This is Mila Grace. This is Victoria Yuzuki. That is Mayaki. Yep, Mayaki. That is, what's her name? That is, I know her name. I know I'm blanking on it right now. Isn't it like Misa? Like, oh my God. Misa Matsui. That's Misa Matsui. This one right here is Misa Matsui. You can't even see my mouse anymore. That's a problem. Let me go back up. This right here. This is Misa Mat. What the heck happened to my mouse? There it is. Misa Matsui is right there. Let me try this again. Make it big. Yeah, that's Misa Matsui right there. This is Coco. This is Chika Goto. This is Mirai, Zeta Steel, Koki Amare, Mila Grace. This is Victoria Yuzuki. This is Chiaki. This is, her name starts with an N. What's her freaking name? Her name is Shozuki. No. This is, where's Shozuki? Shozuki's right here. This is Shozuki. Natsumi Shozuki is here. This woman is a freelancer. Her name is Nozaki. Yeah, Nagasa Nozaki. That's her name. Nagisa Nozaki. Yeah, so I got all those people. Okay, who am I getting? I think her name is Komomo. Manami Komomo, something like that. Minami Komomo. This is Nao. I think it's Nayo Iwazaki. Yeah, Nayo Iwazaki. Here is the merchant. I call her the passion merchant because she goes around screaming passion over and over again. Her name is Nanani. She's a legend. Nani Takahashi. She's the woman that Asuka hates. So you wonder why Asuka doesn't like Stardom? Because of Nanani Takahashi there. The passion merchant. Passion. She walks around screaming passion all the damn time. Always trying to inject passion into matches. She's kind of annoying. So that's Nanani. This is Mai Sakurai. She was a partner of Julia for a while. Some people call her Julia's lackey. Some people in the promotion call her that, but she's kind of stepping on her own now. That's Mai Sakurai. I think that's it. I said that's Miku Ano, Mozilla, Julia, Utami, Io Sky, Suri. These two I don't know because these two are old geezers that are I should be more respectful than that. These grannies are a part of the show. I don't remember their name off the top of my head, but they're legends in Japan. They're part of the show. They're gonna be wrestling Nanae Takahashi and Nao. Yeah, they're gonna be wrestling these two. This is like a one-off, kind of like a cross-promotion thing. They brought these two legends in for a match. That's it. But this is pretty much the entire roster, really. Like you can see, I've been doing my homework on this talent, so I'm confident with this breakdown I'll be doing next week on the Mari Gold Show. Fun times ahead. Okay, guys, that is it for stream. Do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Next week I'll be talking about Mari Gold again. Maybe not tomorrow, but maybe Thursday I'll break down the NXT card. That's a big card this weekend in Canada as well. Can't forget about NXT and Heatwave. Would I love for Julia to be there? Yes, but that's not happening. I don't think so. So no Julia at Heatwave. It is what it is. The great Musa daughter could be the next Asuka. That's one hell of a compliment for. I think she's in Noah. I know she's in Noah. That's one hell of a projection. I wouldn't put that much anticipation on her. Can she wrestle? Yes. She's in Noah. I'm not familiar with her work, so I don't know how good she is. She did spit in Rossy Ogawa's face the other day. By the other day, I mean when Mari Gold invaded Noah. She spit in his face. I don't know how good she wrestles. I don't watch her. But yeah, she's definitely a talent to keep your eye on to see how far she goes. But she's wrestling right now in Noah. I'm not following Noah at all. All right, guys. Thanks so much for joining the stream. And I will talk to you guys later. Peace.